So the movie I'm about to talk about makes absolutely no sense, and I reckon that's why it's amazing. So American Rickshaw from 1990 is a genuine curiosity that somehow eluded me until last night. And it's highly unique in that it alludes that it's going to be one thing, and then it decides that it's going to be something completely different, which is highly original in its own right, in my opinion. And when you see the poster for this one, you'd be forgiven for thinking that it's going to be a martial arts movie, maybe with some supernatural elements, some Eastern mysticism, and all that jazz. But this is a movie that constantly teases the possibility of some quality or even substandard kung fu, knowing full well that it never intends to deliver on that. And that's just fine with me. But even the rickshaw thing doesn't really add anything meaningful to the plot or even the lead character. It's just a job at the end of the day. This movie could just as easily have been exactly the same if the lead actor was a pizza delivery guy, a busboy, or even an Uber driver. But I guess that American busboy or American Uber driver doesn't have the same kind of ring, the same kind of cachet as American Rickshaw does. So American Rickshaw is just fine by me as an occupation and as a title. So the plot, incoherent as it is as follows. Our hero's a rickshaw driver in Miami for some reason and basically gets embroiled in a murder that he didn't commit, and he has to clear his name. But this movie also throws in an evil televangelist who survived the Jonestown massacre, played by Donald Pleasance, who seemingly just took whatever role he was offered by this stage of his career, the late 80s and early 90s. And then there's the immortal old Chinese lady who adds a whole supernatural element to the whole thing. It's a bit of an everything movie with all these disparate and seemingly unrelated plot elements, to say the least, which is great in my opinion. And it is directed by Sergio Martino, the mastermind behind such awesome films as The Great Alligator and After the Fall of New York, which is one of my favourite post-apocalyptic movies. And American Rickshaw has some awesome lines as well, like the one where our hero threatens another character with a dirty needle and he says to him or her, "I found it in the gutter, I'm sure you're familiar with AIDS." So countless classics like that. This isn't a kung fu movie, to be clear. It's more of a late night erotic thriller. Well, kind of. The whole thing's about as arousing as a good cold shower when it all comes down to brass tacks. It does, however, have some pretty cool gore scenes and even some scenes of someone transforming into a pig. It's one of those Ed Sullivan shows or Hey Hey It's Saturday type movies. And by that I mean that it's a variety show of seemingly unrelated ideas and themes that we'll weave together as a what kind of wild cocktail of dodgy action, Eastern mysticism, late night erotic thriller and body horror that needs to be seen to be believed. So I reckon that American Rickshaw would make a great double bill with Raw Force, which is another everything movie in its own right. And that one will definitely scratch your kung fu itch if you do go into American Rickshaw expecting a little chop-socky action. And as I said before, I've got no idea really or broadly why they chose rickshaws as a running theme in this movie, or rickshaws in Miami. It's all quite bizarre. I don't know if rickshaws in Miami are an institution of the city or not. Perhaps if you're from Florida, or better yet from Miami itself, you can let us know in the comments about the rickshaw Miami situation and whether they're more popular than Ubers and if Uber drivers use rickshaws. So all in all, American Rickshaw is going to disappoint you if you go in expecting a kung fu movie, but it does have some very cool scenes, especially the body horror scenes. There's a very cool scene where a guy goes to pick up a key and that doesn't quite turn out as expected, but is a pleasant surprise for the cult film enthusiast. And the pig transformation scene's awesome as well. That one involves Donald Pleasance, who plays the televangelist, the survivor of the Jim Jones Jonestown massacre in Guyana. So apparently Donald Pleasance was one of the few that didn't drink the Kool-Aid, and now he's selling Kool-Aid to others and making others drink Kool-Aid in this movie. So that's quite a twist, to say the least. Little bit of an obscure movie, can be hard to find. Thankfully, I found it right here on YouTube, and I'll leave a link to that one before the evil gods of demonetisation take it down. So I apologise if you do click that link and it's broken, but if you are watching this channel and getting on top of things rather quickly, you should be able to enjoy it before it gets taken down by someone. But that is American Rickshaw. As I said, it'd make a great double bill with Raw Force, because it does allude that it's going to be a kung fu movie, so you're going to need something to scratch that martial arts itch after being disappointed by that aspect of American Rickshaw. But all in all, it's a very quirky movie, very bizarre movie, one of Sergio Martino's more bizarre movies, which is really saying a lot, because the guy made a career out of strange and unusual cinema. And it doesn't really feel like a Sergio Martino movie, but nevertheless it is. So American Rickshaw comes highly recommended to watch at least once in your life, and then probably never watch again. Or if you enjoy it, watch again. But it is certainly worth that first viewing if you are curious about this movie, if you've heard about it for a while and just never seen it. And it is available for free right here on YouTube. So I hope you're enjoying the content on this channel. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, by all means, help a brother out. Please like, share and subscribe. And otherwise, I look forward to seeing you next time. Take it easy.